Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're truly alone? Well, back in 1961, something happened that would spark one of the most famous alien abduction cases in American history. On the night of September 19, 1961, Barney and Betty Hill, a married couple from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, were driving home from a vacation in Canada. Around 10:15 p.m., just south of Lancaster, they noticed a strange blue-white light in the sky. At first, they thought it was just an unusually bright star or maybe a planet. But soon, the light started moving, and not just drifting. It darted across the sky and then raced straight toward them. As the object drew closer, its shape became terrifyingly clear. It wasn't a star. It was a massive disc-shaped craft, almost like a flying pancake, with rows of brightly colored windows. They could even make out shadowy figures moving behind the windows. Panic set in. Barney whipped the car around, trying to outrun the object. But the craft mirrored their every move, turning with them and giving chase. Then came a low, buzzing, humming sound, strange and mechanical, that seemed to vibrate right through their bodies. Almost immediately, Barney and Betty felt disoriented, and then everything went black. When they came to, they found themselves 35 miles, about 56 kilometers, away from where they last remembered, in a town they didn't recognize, and 2 hours had vanished from their memory. They had no idea what had happened or how they had gotten there. Back home, they discovered even more unsettling signs. Barney's shoes were scuffed and badly worn. Betty's dress was torn in several places and covered with a strange pink powder. Their car had mysterious, shiny spots on the trunk that made a compass spin uncontrollably. They knew, without a doubt, that something had happened to them. The next day, they reported their encounter to a nearby Air Force base. Surprisingly, the base confirmed that an unidentified flying object had been detected on military radar that night. In the days that followed, Betty began experiencing intense nightmares, night after night. In her dreams, she and Barney were taken aboard a spacecraft, examined by strange beings, and subjected to medical tests. Betty was so disturbed that she wrote down every detail and sent her account to the National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomena (NICAP), hoping for help. Desperate for answers, the Hills later sought help from Dr. Benjamin Simon, a respected psychiatrist and expert in hypnosis. Through separate hypnotic sessions, Barney and Betty each relived the terrifying events of that missing 2-hour window. Both described being stopped by 6 to 11 humanoid creatures. These beings were about 5 feet tall, roughly 1.5 meters, wore shiny black uniforms, had large, slanted eyes, and small, thin noses. They were led onto a craft where Barney's skin, nails, and hair were sampled. Betty underwent a neurological exam and at one point had a needle-like instrument inserted into her belly button. A procedure she understood through telepathic communication was related to pregnancy testing. Betty also remembered being shown a star map, a chart displaying the origin of their captors. Later, Betty drew the star map from memory. For years, no one could identify the pattern. But in 1968, an amateur astronomer named Marjorie Fish studied Betty's sketch and suggested that the map matched the Zeta Reticuli star system located about 39 light-years from Earth. Her findings were even published in an astronomy journal, sparking heated debates. The Hills had tangible evidence. Damaged clothing, strange physical symptoms, radar confirmation, and Betty's remarkably detailed star map. Skeptics, however, argued that the map was crude and that Marjorie Fish had made adjustments to force a match with Zeta Reticuli. Even today, the case remains unexplained. Was it a true alien encounter? Or a vivid psychological event fueled by stress and imagination? The Hill abduction has never been definitively proven or disproven, but it forever changed the way we think about life beyond Earth.